The circus may have been all about the thrills and wonders, but behind the spotlight were lives far more intriguing than the acts themselves. These performers weren't just freaks for show, they had stories that were raw, complicated, and at times heartbreaking. What drove them to the stage? What secrets did they carry? From jaw-dropping talents to shocking realities hidden behind the curtain, these 15 circus legends had lives that were anything but ordinary. Let's look into the lives of these circus freaks and discover the secrets that made them truly unforgettable. Number 15. Prince Randian. Imagine tying your shoelaces with no hands, or better yet, rolling a cigarette using only your lips. Prince Randian didn't need to imagine it, he lived it. Born in 1871 in British Guiana without arms or legs, he became known as the human torso, dazzling audiences with feats most people couldn't manage with a full set of limbs. Whether it was writing, painting, or his famous cigarette-rolling trick, Randian's performances left crowds awestruck. Touring for over 40 years with P.T. Barnum, he earned fame not just for his skills, but for his quiet confidence and striped suit swagger. Despite his challenges, Randian lived a life of remarkable independence, proving that adaptability is its own kind of superpower. He passed away in 1934 after his final performance, leaving behind a legacy that still inspires. Randian didn't just roll cigarettes, he rolled over societal expectations and lit them up. He was a true pioneer in the world of circus freaks, showing that anything is possible. All you need is love, determination, and a little bit of brain. Or rather, a lot of it. Number 14. Pip and Flip. Pip and Flip were living proof that innocence can steal the show and break a few hearts along the way. Born in Georgia, sisters Jenny Lee and Elvira Snow had microcephaly, a condition that gave them small skulls and unique features. Promoted as exotic wonders from the Yucatan, they became iconic sideshow performers with their playful, endearing acts. Their fame peaked when they appeared in the 1932 film Freaks, captivating audiences with their childlike charm. But behind the curtain, Pip and Flip's lives reflected the harsh reality of sideshow exploitation. Despite this, they found moments of joy and left a lasting mark in circus history. After retiring, the sisters lived modestly, far from the spotlight they once commanded. Their story reminds us of the thin line between admiration and exploitation, but Pip and Flip's legacy endures as a testament to their unique spark and spirit. If we can learn anything from them, it's that no matter what challenges we face, we can always find joy and purpose in life, if we really want to. Number 13. Ronnie and Donnie Gallion. Ronnie and Donnie Gallion weren't just brothers, they were an unshakable team. Born in 1951 in Ohio, the conjoined twins shared a body but had distinct personalities that made them unforgettable. Ronnie was the laid-back one, while Donnie had a fiery streak, and together, they balanced each other out. Touring sideshows for over 30 years, they fascinated audiences not just with their physical connection, but with their humor and brotherly banter. Despite offers for surgical separation, they chose to stay together, proving that their bond was more than physical. After retiring, they spent their later years surrounded by family, living life on their terms. When they passed away in 2020 at age 68, they left behind a legacy of resilience, brotherhood, and the kind of teamwork most of us can only dream of. Ronnie and Donnie weren't just sideshow legends, they were a testament to living life as a duo against all odds. Number 12. Betty Broadbent. Before tattoos became mainstream, Betty Broadbent was already a canvas of art and a trailblazer. Born in 1909, Betty had over 565 tattoos by the time she joined the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, earning her the nickname the Tattooed Venus. Her intricate ink made her a sideshow sensation, but Betty wasn't just about her tattoos. She performed as a skilled steer rider, adding another layer to her multifaceted talents. A natural in front of the camera, Betty became one of the most photographed, tattooed women of the 20th century, turning body art into a statement of individuality. After retiring in 1967, Betty left behind a legacy that inspired generations of tattoo enthusiasts and artists. Her story shows that sometimes it's the things that make us different that truly make us special. So why not wear them proudly? Number 11. Alexander P. Linton. It takes guts to swallow swords, but Alexander P. Linton took it to the next level. Born in Ireland, Linton became a renowned sword swallower in the 1920s, leaving audiences gasping as he performed jaw-dropping feats. His signature trick? Swallowing 4 27-inch blades simultaneously without breaking a sweat. His heavily tattooed body added to his mystique, making him a standout attraction in circuses and museums alike. Linton wasn't just a performer, he was a mentor, training future sword swallowers to ensure the art lived on. His daring skills even earned him a spot in the Guinness World Records, solidifying his status as a sideshow legend. Alexander P. Linton didn't just entertain, he redefined danger and showmanship, proving that sometimes the most impressive feats are the ones you can't believe you're seeing. Number 10. Johnny Eck. Johnny Eck didn't walk through life. He hand-walked and made it look cooler than anything you've ever done. Born in 1911 without a lower body, Johnny earned the nickname the Half-Boy. But there was nothing halfway about his talent. From mastering magic tricks and acrobatics to starring in the cult classic Freaks, 1932, Johnny turned every challenge into a spectacle of creativity. His hand-walking skills alone left audiences amazed. But he didn't stop there. He painted, played music, and even worked as a showman, proving his artistry went beyond the stage. Though the decline of sideshows affected his career, Johnny never let it dim his passion. Living with his twin brother Robert, he remained a beacon of resilience and creativity. Johnny Eck didn't just defy expectations, he rewrote them, one handstand at a time. If that's not an inspiration to chase our dreams, nothing is. So let's never give up on our passions and always find ways to express ourselves against all odds, just like Johnny Eck did. Number 9. Melvin Burkhart. If you think hammering nails into your nose is a bad idea, Melvin Burkhart would have called it a career highlight. Born in 1907, Melvin became famous as the human blockhead, combining shock and humor into one unforgettable act. His bizarre talent for driving nails deep into his nasal cavity was just the tip of the iceberg. He also mastered fire-eating, knife-throwing, and sword-swallowing, earning a reputation as one of the most versatile sideshow performers of his time. But it wasn't just his stunts that captivated audiences. It was his charm and comedic timing that turned gasps into laughter. Ironically, his act began as a way to cope with an old boxing injury, proving that sometimes life's curveballs lead to extraordinary paths. Melvin's career spanned decades, from circuses to vaudeville stages, leaving audiences equal parts horrified and entertained. His legacy? A reminder that even the weirdest talents can leave a lasting impression. Number 8. Grace McDaniels. Grace McDaniels didn't just face life's challenges, she wore them, and she did it with grace. Born in 1888 in Iowa with Sturge-Weber syndrome, Grace's severe facial deformities made her a reluctant sideshow star. Dubbed the world's ugliest woman, she initially resisted the cruel title, but eventually embraced her role to provide for her son. Beneath the harsh label was a kind-hearted woman who earned the admiration of both audiences and her fellow performers. Grace's story wasn't just about survival. It was about resilience in the face of unrelenting judgment. Her soft-spoken nature and courage turned gawking crowds into empathetic admirers. By the time of her death in 1958, Grace had become more than a sideshow attraction. She was a symbol of perseverance, proving that beauty isn't just skin deep. Number 7. Leonard Trask. Leonard Trask may have been called the human ostrich, but his story was far from bird-brained. Born in 1805, Leonard's life changed forever after a spinal injury caused his neck to permanently bow. Despite the immense physical challenges, Leonard was no quitter. He worked tirelessly as a farmhand and fathered 7 children, embodying grit and determination. When his condition made manual labor impossible, he turned to sideshows, where his unique posture fascinated audiences. Leonard didn't just stand out for his appearance. His story of resilience struck a chord with anyone who heard it. In a world that often judges people by their differences, Leonard showed that strength isn't about standing tall. It's about showing up for the people you love. His legacy remains a powerful reminder of perseverance and love in the face of adversity. Number 6. Robert Huddleston. Robert Huddleston didn't let his unusual gait slow him down. In fact, it made him unstoppable. Born in the 19th century with a rare condition that bent his legs backward, forcing him to walk on all fours, Robert earned the nickname the Pony Boy. While his condition might have defined others, Robert turned it into a superpower. As a logging teamster, he hauled lumber over long distances, building incredible upper body strength. When he joined a traveling carnival, audiences marveled at his agility and endurance. Touring North America with the Tom Mix Circus, Robert became a symbol of resilience, captivating crowds with his unique skills. His story reminds us that strength isn't just about how you stand. It's about how you keep moving forward, no matter the odds. If you think about what the world says, then you are messed up. Number 5. George and Willie Muse. Kidnapped, exploited, and later celebrated, George and Willie Muse's journey was nothing short of extraordinary. Born in Virginia in the late 19th century, these albino African-American brothers were abducted as children and forced into sideshows, where they were billed as the Men from Mars. Their unique appearance drew massive crowds, but they saw little of the fortune they generated. Years later, their mother's relentless search led to a heartwarming reunion, and the brothers finally gained independence. But instead of leaving the stage, they chose to continue performing, this time on their own terms. George and Willie's story isn't just about exploitation. It's about empowerment and reclaiming their narrative. Their legacy remains a powerful testament to resilience and the unbreakable bond of family. All right, guys, now let's talk about Number 4. Martin Joe Lorello. Martin Joe Lorello didn't just turn heads, he turned his own, 180 degrees to be exact. Born in 1886 in Germany, Martin had a spinal condition that allowed him to rotate his head a full 180 degrees, earning him the nickname the Human Owl. His head-turning act, pun intended, left audiences both horrified and amazed. But Martin didn't stop there. Touring with Ripley's Believe It or Not and Ringling Brothers, he paired his astonishing talent with dog training tricks, creating a performance that was as charming as it was unsettling. While his condition caused discomfort, Martin's charisma and dedication made him a standout. He continued performing until his death in 1955, leaving behind a legacy of fascination and awe. He wasn't just a sideshow performer. He was a reminder that the world is full of surprises, and some of them are downright incredible. Number 3. Otis Jordan. Otis Jordan didn't walk into history. He rolled into it, cigarette in mouth, ready to astonish the world. Born with arthrogryposis multiplex congenital, a condition that severely restricted his mobility, Otis defied expectations at every turn. With just 2 functional fingers and incredible dexterity in his mouth, he became a skilled appliance repairman, showcasing his talent for solving problems. But Otis's most famous trick? Rolling and lighting cigarettes with nothing but his mouth, a sideshow act that left audiences in awe. Beyond the stage, he became a charismatic lecturer, sharing his life story to inspire and educate others about resilience. Otis's life wasn't just about adapting, it was about thriving. He turned his challenges into opportunities, proving that determination and ingenuity could overcome even the most daunting physical barriers. His legacy is a powerful reminder that talent comes in all forms, and limitations are often just illusions. Number 2. Maximo and Bartola. Maximo and Bartola, siblings born in El Salvador, were living examples of the fine line between fascination and exploitation. Born with microcephaly, they were falsely marketed as the Aztec children, descendants of an ancient Mesoamerican civilization. Promoted by P.T. Barnum, they traveled the world, captivating audiences with their unique features and fabricated backstories. Despite the fame, their lives took a controversial turn when they married each other, a shocking event that abruptly ended their careers. While their story is a blend of myth and reality, it sheds light on the sideshow industry's exploitation of human differences for entertainment. Maximo and Bartola's lives reflect the complex emotions behind being both celebrated and objectified. They were more than just performers. They were individuals navigating a world that often failed to see them as anything more than curiosities. Their story serves as a reminder of the human cost of spectacle. Number 1. Joseph Merrick. Joseph Merrick's life was anything but ordinary. Born in 1862 in England, Merrick suffered from severe deformities caused by what is now believed to be Proteus syndrome. His enlarged head, distorted limbs, and thickened skin earned him the cruel nickname, the Elephant Man. Rejected by his family and exploited by showmen, Merrick faced ridicule and hardship from a young age. But behind his unusual appearance was a brilliant, gentle soul. When Merrick found refuge under the care of Dr. Frederick Trevis at the London hospital, he finally experienced dignity and compassion. He spent his days reading, writing poetry, and even building intricate models, revealing a deep intellect and sensitivity. Merrick became a symbol of humanity's capacity for empathy, challenging Victorian society to look beyond appearances. His untimely death in 1890 marked the end of a life filled with struggle, but also profound resilience. Joseph Merrick remains an enduring reminder of the strength of the human spirit. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.